Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Let me just turn down my game volume a little bit. So, I was doing a bunch of work, and I think I've gotten the mobs down a little bit better, so let me spawn a pig here. So this is 22 Eyes model, and it looks really nice, actually. He did a whole bunch of models I'm going to use for the game. I'm going to put them in the attributes, of course, like I always do. I'm going to leave a link to his GitHub page because these things are super cool. So one major thing is I completely reworked the head code, and now it's bone-based. Part of the bones API is a little broken. And what I mean by that is if you even get the bone position, it will reset the bone position to the base of where the bone set is, whatever it's called. I don't know modeling very well, but I put a fix in and it works very well. So you can see they actually look at you even better now. Of course, they're still limited to 90 degrees. You can see I have the debugging collision box on. The jumping I'm actually going to be working on right now. You can see they freak out when they're up against a wall. And after the jumping, I'm going to put in some path finding. You can see that they turn red when they get hurt. Then they stay red when they die. So I think that's pretty nifty. So another thing I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys will be excited for is this. Let's see if I can spell it right. Pig. Yeah, there we go. So this is 22 Eyes Aether Pig, or Fig, I guess you would call it. And it's got wings. So it's just a normal pig right now, but it's just got a different model. And I think it looks really cool. I'm going to have to put in an animation to make the wings flap when it jumps. And I think I broke the punch timer, so I'm going to have to fix that too. Now here's something very exciting. And this is why I have damage turned off. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to spawn these things without them just blowing up instantly. Let's spawn 10 of them. Oh god. Yep, that's interesting. Let's spawn like 30 of them. This is not going to end well. Okay. So you can see they flash. They also have this sound. And yeah, I think they work very well. They're actually really scary. I like that model a lot. I might change the texture a bit like I did with the pig, because if I spawn the pig... Oh no, I actually changed the texture on it. But the eyes that are in there by default are a little, they're kind of like, I've seen some stuff. So anyways, that's just a small update. A bunch of small changes. Let me check my GitHub actually in the background here. So we're up to 536 commits so far. That's a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay, so one thing I actually forgot to talk about was Wayla. What am I looking at? That's client side, that's why it's so fast. And yeah, it just tells you what you're looking at. That's on the top of the screen, by the way. It tells you everything. It tells you, it doesn't tell you everything, but it tells you the name of the description and the actual name of the node and the mod that it's from. So that's why there's two things up there. So here's another big thing. See if I can remember the name of this. Bow arrow. bow empty? Yeah, okay. So you can see that the arrow actually works pretty well now. I used one of my old models from Mystic. It was one of my experimental mods. And you can see that it's green because I didn't change the texture. But it works very well. It actually precisely goes where it's going to go. It's got a nice little spin to it. Works pretty well. And you can't actually hit yourself with it. Let's just spawn like 20 pigs. So the pigs are not hostile anymore. I have that turned off because I was debugging some stuff. Also, there seems to be an issue with the... for whatever reason, I'm getting criticals on them, and I'm not jumping down. So I'm going to fix that. So, somebody brought up a valid point. They like to go in the water. And that's because right now they have no pathfinding. But in a little while, I'm going to change that so they try to avoid going to water. Yeah, these arrows are a little overpowered right now. Alright, let's see what else I did. So, hose are no longer made out of stone instead of cobblestone. They're made out of cobblestone, the stone ones. It's 10 in the morning, still not awake. I fixed vignette so it no longer has that streak along the top and the bottom depending on your screen resolution. I added the Minecraft sound attributes into the file. That's the MC attributes file. MC sound attributes.txt actually in the base of the mod directory. Let's see. Alright, so minecarts work a little bit better now. So if I can just... give myself some of this. And if I spawn one, you can see that it actually works properly now. Well, kinda. That's actually what I was going to talk about. But it still works, even though it looks weird when it gets stuck on the uphill section. And it will mostly properly work now. It has that weird, like, flying thing. But most of the time it does work. This is a bit better than before, where they would just kind of like slowly go halfway up something. And then, yeah. They still don't collision detect properly. When they're moving, I mean. You can see they want to keep going the way they're going. But one of the things I'm thinking about doing is completely overhauling it, and instead of using the set velocity thing, I'm thinking about making it so there's basically 2 points. I don't even know how I'm going to explain this, so let's just use a flat track to explain this. So, oh, well, I already wrecked that. So let's just say we got our minecart here. So you can see there's two sections of the rail, okay? So basically what I'm going to try to do is, let's pretend this is the 3D internal view that the minecart has of the rail. It knows it is on a rail. Let's just put that here to represent the rail it's on. And then the two sand will be the other rail around it. And so it will use these 2 points to justify what position it's in and to move locked in the position, basically. So it's not going to move sideways, and I'm actually thinking about making it use move 2, because that's a little bit more basically locked down, so I can actually control how it's moving, essentially. And so what happens now is it's using the set velocity command, and that's great, but if there's a lot of lag, it will look very strange, and stuff like that will happen. So essentially what I'm going to try to do is either use move 2 with that thing I just explained about these two positions versus the current position, or I'm going to continue using set velocity and use that combination too. I'm sure there's a much more efficient way that I could do this, because this is great and it works fantastic, but it's not exactly ready to be used because stuff like that happens, and that does not look good at all. But it's very, very complicated. You can see it kind of squirrels around the track when it goes through turns and whatnot. But sometimes it works great. Yeah. So let me see what else I got in the background here. So Treecapitator is now a enchantment. I'm going to be working on that too. Let's see. So tune saplings. Okay. So now food growth and plant growth and sapling growth are all... Oh no. Here's another bug. Hunger continues to happen, regardless of if you have damage turned on. But yeah, they use an ABM now. They work very well. There's ketchup on. So what that means is if you walk out of a chunk that's loaded and it becomes unloaded, if you're out of there for a certain amount of time, as if the ABM would be running normally, it will do that in a single step, basically. So essentially, for the moments where it's catching up, ABMs utilize a rapid function to simulate time, and pretty much instantly. So that's cool. So this means you can have large farms and they'll grow regardless of if you're there or not, basically simulating as if you were there. So I'm sure there's a couple more things I could find here. Let me go to the older sections. FOV's tuned now. There were snow biomes for a short amount of time, but those look awful. And so I have to see some of the tuning on the map generation to see what I can do with it, because snow biomes were looking kind of crazy, and the biome blend wasn't good at all. Kind of like this, actually, where there's just one single grass out here, far away from that. It all has to do with the noise of the map generation. Actually, you can kind of see it right here. Between the sand dunes biome and the regular grass plains biome, it kind of blends really, really weirdly. And what is going on here? This is something. And then we have some uber biomes over here. I don't know what these are all about, but this is just a regular grass plains biome. But it's super tall for some reason. Yeah, this is some interesting terrain generation going on here. Oh yeah, if I go in the background here, let's see, where is my file? It is somewhere in here. Mine test, ambient occlusion. Okay, there we go. So if you go to the main menu here, so I don't know what the default value on this is. I didn't really pay attention to that. All I know is if you have the ambient occlusion gamma, I cannot speak anymore. The ambient occlusion gamma at 1.4 looks very nice. It's a very subtle change, but Spawn5 actually told me about this in the IRC, and I don't know if you guys can actually see it. It makes it almost look more vibrant. Like it's got a more like realistic look to it. It's kind of crazy. Like especially with all the stone, it looks super nice. The other one was kind of like it looked kind of washed out, to be honest. But anyways, that's one thing I think should be set to default in the game engine is the ambient occlusion gamma at 1.4 or somewhere around there, because it looks really nice. I set it at 0.25 and well, it looked kind of ridiculous. Let's see. So before I completely stop being able to talk here, I think that's it for now, guys. I will update you later when I put in pathfinding and I tune the mobs and all that stuff. So just know that there are new mobs coming in thanks to 22i. It's really nice. Anyways, I'll catch you later. Peace out.